The following program contains images of an actual surgical procedure that may be graphic and disturbing. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children.
Chronic, debilitating pain was destroying a young woman's life and jeopardizing her future until her mother happened to catch an episode of our show.
My name is Christian. I'm 20 years old. I'm a student athlete at the University of Memphis. I've been playing softball my whole life. My back pain started when I was 16. My high school softball team was competing in a state championship and I felt a pop. And I played through it. I rested a couple weeks and it was gone. A year later it came back. I've tried everything from medicine to shots to rest, bracing. None of it's worked. The pain is constant. There are days where it hurts to get out of bed and I can barely walk. The very first doctor thought that I'd had some disc problems. We went to another doctor and they said, you know, just rest. Next doctor told me there was a pars defect and a pending one on the other side. The next doctor wanted to do a fusion.
I've spent hours on my computer on Google researching the pars deficit. One day on the doctors, they had the segment on the roller derby lady that had had a pars deficit, and Dr. Melamed who had done the repair on it.
So this was a less invasive surgery than a full spinal fusion.
That's right.
I did an exam on Christian that I had never seen. And he had her walk, he had her bend, he pulled on her legs. And when we walked in and that was the first thing he did, I thought I just happened to find the right one in this instance.
Emotionally missing softball has just been excruciating. Being able to potentially have softball back is more than I could have ever dreamed of.
Now that Christian had a solution, it was her turn to go under the knife.
I'm feeling a little nervous, but just excited to get in there and get it done.
She has stress fracture. You see there's a crack right here. So what we're going to do is place a screw in there, a hook at the bottom here, clean this out. Then on the other side, she's getting some pain. It's because of this little bone spur attaching the nerve right in there. So we're going to clean that out.
Here we go, making an incision here. We've got to be very careful here because you don't want to distract the capsule and the normal anatomy. You want to preserve all that intact. So we're getting what the pars fracture is. All this usually there's a lot of fibrous tissue. So there's a hole right in there. That's where the defect is. We're going to drill all that out and clean it out really well. We have the screw ready. So this is the screw that's going to go in now. Put in, doesn't have to be a big screw. We just want something to hold it. The microscope is amazing because you get to see everything you're doing. There's going to be a rod between the hook and the screw, and it's going to be squeezing it in together. We're going to squeeze it together to hold the fracture, basically, that we created. I'm going to compress here. Okay. The bone grafting. This is perfect. This is powder. This is a for it to heal. This side is done. We're going to go on the right side. We're just cleaning out the bone spur and shaving it down. I took the least amount of bone and I wanted to give this as much structural stability so this thing can go on and heal itself on the right side. Everything went excellent.
Orthopedic spine surgeon Dr. Hooman Melamed joins us along with Christian. And Christian, I'm going to cut to the chase, which is how is your pain today now that you've had the surgery?
Well, before surgery, I was dealing with, on a daily basis, probably between like a 4 and a 5 on the pain scale. And at my worst days, which were rare, but I did have them, it was probably an 8. Now, it's a 0, maybe a 1 on my bad days.
So you look at Christian now, she's saying her pain is 0 to 1, which I know is huge. But the other thing is you love softball. And we love student athletes on this show. And you want to get back out there, right?
Absolutely. That would be the best thing that could happen.
So, begs the question of our good doctor here, what is her prognosis and how long till she can resume potentially her playing career?
Well, it's 3 months right now into it, and we just had a CAT scan actually on like a few days ago, and it shows the bone is starting to heal and it's starting to mend together, but it's not healed enough for me to say go ahead. And that's the thing. A lot of times the athletes come back too fast. The timetable is basically another 3 months. We'll get another CAT scan to make sure it's healed, but then even if the bone is healed, you can't just jump into it. You got to build up your core,
trunk stability,
Hear that,
your balance.
young lady?
You got to build the torquing and get back. And that's the key thing. A lot of people from the injury, they heal, they don't do the proper rehab after.
And especially if she's not feeling in pain, she may get back to
That's
it soon, so
exactly right.
Important.
That's exactly.
But we have Jane and Jim here, your mom and dad. What is it like, and how do you feel with the fact that she's pain-free and potentially can play again?
It's amazing. We did a lot of research. I did a lot of research looking for the perfect doctor to do this surgery, and thanks to your episode, it gave me what I needed. I immediately contacted Dr. Melamed, and to be able to see her back on the field, we've watched her play softball since she was 6 years old and coached her. Her dad's coached her a lot of that, and last year was hard. Watching everybody else play, and she's on the sideline, and I know she's sad, I know she's miserable, but I also know there's nothing we can do about it. And now there is. Now we have the solution, and hopefully by mid-season she'll be back in playing form, and we'll be back on the field.
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching, but of course we will be missing the point if we didn't thank you, Dr. Melamed, not only for what you did for Christian, but for all of your patients. And Christian, you have to do us a favor.
Okay.
When you get back out there on the diamond, take a bunch of pictures and send them our way. 'Cause we are rooting for you. I'm a Memphis Tigers softball fan.
And video.
So thank you so much. Best of luck in the future. We'll be right back.
Come